This is KGW News at noon.
Thank you for joining us this noon. I'm Nina Melhuff in for Brenda today, 2 weeks after Election Day, and Gresham's mayoral race is still too close for call. In fact, it's so close, it's headed for an automatic recount. Listen to this. Separated by just 13 votes between Travis Stovall and Eddie Morales. Stovall is ahead by those 13. This comes even after the challenge ballots have been resolved and counted there in Gresham. So an automatic recount happens when the difference between votes is less than 1/5 of 1% of the total votes for both candidates. The recount will be done by hand and replace the machine-counted totals if there's a difference between the two. It'll take place the week of November 30th. Now to the economic impact of the coronavirus, and new unemployment numbers out today reveal about 700,000 new jobless claims, and stimulus talks on Capitol Hill remain stalled. Meantime, cases continue to surge. Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
As the nation stares down more than 250,000 coronavirus deaths.
My grandfather passed from it. My dad died from it. They both died 6 hours apart from one another.
President-elect Joe Biden met with frontline healthcare workers in a virtual roundtable.
This is like going to war. You need a commander-in-chief.
NBC News has learned some current and former Trump administration officials have privately reached out to the Biden transition team, signaling they believe he will be the next president. But with President Trump still not conceding and official channels stonewalling, the president-elect says he needs access to real-time pandemic data and vaccine planning.
I am optimistic, but we should be further along.
President Trump remains focused on swing state legal challenges, now paying for a partial recount in Wisconsin, just as one is wrapping up in Georgia, where 3 counties have discovered thousands of uncounted ballots, narrowing Biden's lead there to 12,000 votes.
We've not found widespread voter fraud.
And with new unemployment numbers showing 742,000 Americans filed first-time claims last week and expanded benefits expiring at the end of the year.
We're sort of just dealing with the crash.
Lawmakers are under mounting pressure to reach a compromise for a new COVID relief bill to keep struggling workers and small businesses from falling off a financial cliff. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And there has been hopeful news this week on the race for a COVID vaccine, with 2 companies announcing effective candidates. They'll still need to be approved by the FDA, but Pfizer says it's within days of submitting its vaccine for emergency use authorization. So let's walk you through that process. For the FDA to grant that authorization, Pfizer and Moderna must provide safety data from at least half of the trial volunteers before they can accept the application. Pfizer already has hit that milestone. The FDA will then convene a panel of experts to offer an opinion about whether the vaccine should be authorized. The experts will look at whether the vaccine is safe and effective and if the benefits outweigh the risks. When those questions are answered, the FDA will make its final decision. With growing COVID numbers across Washington, specifically Clark County, Evergreen Public Schools decided to extend distance learning through the end of January. There are 24,000 kids in that district. It's the largest in Southwest Washington. The superintendent says it'll continue in-person small group learning for kindergartners and special needs students. While restaurants can offer takeout food and delivery in Oregon, straight-up bars don't have much of a menu for that, and they still can't sell cocktails to go. So this shutdown has them really worried for the future. Since reopening this summer, bars and restaurants invested a lot of money to make their spaces safer. They added outdoor seating and tents and sanitization. They bought air purifiers. Now, most bars statewide, they have to close for 2 weeks. In Multnomah County, it's a month.
It is a hard pill to swallow because the service industry has been the industry that has been hurt most by the pandemic.
My initial reaction to this was it's necessary from a health standpoint, but I'm not so sure that Rum Club survives this second shutdown.
Some bar owners are pushing for that law, allowing them to sell cocktails to go. They're also pushing for another commercial eviction moratorium. and for landlords to renegotiate leases. The new COVID restrictions have actually created a boom for outdoor stores like Next Adventure in Southeast Portland. Look at the line down the block yesterday because of the capped capacity and demand. People want to get outside, even in our wet, dark weather, because there's nothing else to do. One woman told us she took the day off work, hoping to avoid a line, but it didn't work out that way.
I know that because sports are canceled for us that we're looking to ski more this year. We did a lot of camping over the summer because that was kind of all we could do. So looks like the snow forecast is good and we're excited to go.
I think everybody wants to go do something outside their home. So we know there's a lot of pinned up demand. People are looking for things to do.
Yeah, go to the mountains. Great way to social distance. The co-owner of Next Adventure saying they're not just seeing people looking for snowboards and skis, but also camping gear to help them be outside in the wintertime and cold temperatures. Yeah, our day is looking up a little bit. We had that rain early this morning, a bit drier now in the noon hour. Rod, what is on tap for the rest of the day?
Well, today, remember, is a scattered shower day. It will continue to be so into tonight. But as Nina mentioned, one of our headlines is it's simply a much drier day than we've been seeing. And I'm sure you've realized or noticed that already. So here's the big radar picture. I put my white lines out here just to kind of highlight. There's no storm system out here, right? Kind of a void. We're just getting scattered showers on a low-level moisture deck that are coming in. And showers have picked up in intensity over the past half hour out on the west side. So here's Highway 26 coming in just south of Vernonia. Pretty good shower. Some of that's heavy. We had a really heavy shower near Forest Grove, but where you see the yellow around Hillsboro, that's been weakening there. So that's good news. I've not seen any lightning, not expecting any, just kind of typical scattered showers, with again some of them producing some heavy rain as they pass. Out in the gorge, same deal. This is Indian Creek Golf Course in Hood River, 50-degree temperatures for you folks, and your winds generally from the west to about 15 miles per hour. That's similar to what we're seeing here in the valley. Our Cannon Beach live camera, very beautiful, partly cloudy skies, 49. The coast looking for scattered showers, and we had some bright sun in downtown, but now the clouds are starting to thicken up as we're seeing some showers approach into the city. So basically, yes, scattered showers. Keep an eye to the sky. 51 now, 53 for a high. The rain chance will end tonight. I'll have a couple of dry days coming up. We'll talk about mountain snow. There has been more today. That's coming up.